Hey crafty friends, welcome back. In today's video we are going to be making some winter sky themed cards. I'm going to be using some watercolor paper and my beloved Tombow dual brush pens. I showed the colors I'm using earlier in case you want to do the same. And I've got my watercolor paper taped down and I'm just going at it. So I'm just scribbling the different colors kind of all over the place, and then I'm just going to use a crap ton of water to blend this all out. Now I'm just using a regular painting brush, and I'm adding a ton of water to the lighter colors of the blue, blending that out into the darker colors. I keep adding more and more water, and then I go in with the darker black color, I guess. I didn't add a ton of black ink because this will become darker as I continue to add layers of things. Like right now I'm adding some more black, so I'm just gonna keep going in and adding and going in and adding. That's gonna be the whole vibe of this video, so just hold your horses, buckle in. It's gonna be a not wild ride of just continually adding layers of watercolor and stuff. But anyway, the reason I added the darker kind of initial black marker in there was just to give me kind of a guideline of where I can deepen those dark colors on my watercolor galaxy. So that's all I'm doing. I wanted a base of blue, of various blues, so that's why I went scribbly with that. And then the black just kind of gives me an idea of where I can add more and more color. So let that first layer dry. It had a ton of water, that's why it's all blendy and kind of crazy. With this next layer though, I'm not going to add nearly as much water. I do want to get the paper kind of wet, so I can kind of blend and do a little bit of stuff on this portion, but I'm not going to go crazy with a ton of water. I am adding some more darkness kind of where the darkness already is, and then I have a little scrunched up paper towel here to kind of pick up some of that ink and some of that extra liquid. And you'll see the kind of back layer has dried quite a bit, and I'm adding these wet layers on here, but not all over, right? Notice that, because when the wet edges dry on the already dry paper, it makes these cool cloud kind of edges. That's what we want, because that's going to guide this next step of where I'm adding these kind of, I don't know, I think these are supposed to be marble layering stamps is what they are, but I only have ever used them for galaxies because they're perfect. They kind of give that nebulous kind of vibe. They add a true black color on here, and I'm just using those kind of edges of the watercolor, shapes and things that came across organically to kind of help me place those stamps. And I'm using various ones to add a little bit more interest. Right now I'm sprinkling on some water droplets because that's a fun thing to do to make some more subtle kind of stars. But I like dimension in my galaxies, so I'm adding some actual white splattery paint on top, because when you splatter water on top of your watercolor, whatever it is, it doesn't turn the paper underneath back to white. It's like a tint of whatever colors you've used. So it kind of makes those stars look like they're further away, right? Because they're not as bright and bold as the white splattery stars. So that's kind of a fun way to kind of zhuzh up your galaxies a little bit. So once this is all dry, I think I added some silver splatter on here too. But I was talking about all the other stuff, so I forgot it. But anyway, I've got my bases for my cards here, okay? I'm folding them in half, and now I'm going to use a slimline die set from Trinity Stamps. It's this cool slimline forest tree thing, and I thought it would be amazing to make some silhouettes of the trees with the amazing galaxy in the background. I feel like we've all seen those Instagram pictures, right? Where you're it's the silhouette of the trees with the galaxy in the back. We've all seen it. So that's what I'm doing, you guys, because I love those kinds of pictures. I've taken pictures like that, not nearly as good as the ones on Instagram, but still, the vibes are legit, and I wanted to recreate it on my cards. So got that one going. I'm gonna let all that glue and stuff dry though as I move on to this one. Now for that first one, it was a tree line off in the distance, right? For this card, we're going for the vibe of you're standing in the forest in a clearing of tall trees, and you look up and there's the beautiful galaxy and the Milky Way and all the amazing starry vibes, right? So I wanted to make two kind of different designs with this idea of the stars and the tree silhouettes. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, because I think these are stunning. These are some of my favorite cards I've ever made. but we need a sentiment, right? So I looked through all of my stamps and this was the best option I could find. It says Warm Wishes. It's a roller date from Simple Stories. I've had it for forever. And so I just stamped that with some VersaFine on more of that same watercolor paper. And then I'm going to back these little sentiments on some silver foil paper, as you can see here, just to pick up kind of the silver splatter that I had done earlier. It matches like pretty perfectly and it just kind of makes the sentiment pop a little bit and look a little bit more finished. For this card, I am gluing on some little sequins just because it's so cute and it adds to the sparklies. For this one though, I did not because I didn't feel like it really needed it. If you guys want more Galaxy watercolor goodness, check out my channel or the Crafty Club. The link will be down below and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye friends.